Hello everyone and welcome to another Pokemon Trading Card Game live video. My name is Jamie and today I'll be taking you through the first place deck from the Lille Regional Championships. That was the weekend just gone. But of course, just before we do go into the video, if you do like some content and you want to see some more content related to the Pokemon Trading Card Game, then as always be sure to hit that subscribe button and of course like this video. So let's have a look at the deck. So it is Dragapult, so a lot of side up going around, but it still hasn't stopped Dragapult taking the top spot. So let's have a look. It should be pretty standard by now. I think Dragapult has seen a lot of play, but it still seems to be performing very, very well. And yeah, it's a stage 2 Terra Pokemon, 320 HP. And it has these 2 attacks, so Jet Headbutt, which is still relevant, 70 damage, so could be somewhat useful for a colorless energy. But it has this second attack here, Phantom Dive for 200, and you put 6 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon in any way that you like. So pretty good. So 200 is it's a pretty reasonable amount of damage. Of course, we paired that with its partner in crime in Dusknoir with its ability here. We're not attacking with it, but its ability, Curse Blast, allows you to knock itself out, and you put 13 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. Yeah, so 200 plus 13 there, or 13 damage counters, 330 damage, knocks out pretty much most things in the format. So that is the idea. So you also have as well, you have Curse Blast for Dusclops as well, so you can also use that to put 5 damage counters if you want to, so that's also a potential play. And of course the other thing is no rare candies in the deck, and that's just because it relies on Drakloak for its ability, just be able to draw through the deck and draw cards. That is the idea. So looking at the top 2 cards and taking one of those and putting them into your hand. So that is the strategy behind the deck. Other cards, of course, so one Ursaluna in there, so that's a pretty good late game attacker. So especially when you've conceded prize cards, and 2 Budew there, which is very, very interesting. That is, of course, for Itchy Pollen, just to item lock your opponent, especially if you are going second. So it's pretty clutch. And of course, some other cards in here. So Latias EX for free retreat for your basic Pokemon. Fezandipiti for flip the script. Munkidori, which is very, very good. Of course, as we'll see in the energy shortly in the energy section, that we do run some energy to utilize Munkidori. And of course, we can move damage counters around. And yeah, Munkidori just helps just set up more play, so we can get from 330, we can get up to 360 if we want to, if we move some damage counters over. There's also lots of potential plays as well. If we use Munkidori, and for instance, if we've got Phantom Dive here, we do 6 damage counters to the bench, and if we use Munkidori, we could knock out a Psyduck, for instance. That could be a potential play. So Munkidori, very, very good, and also a bit of a healer as well. So moving that damage counter off, all those damage counters off your Pokemon. And of course Hawlucha in there as well, because Hawlucha with flying entry puts 2 damage counters on 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon, so that's so 1 damage counter on each Pokemon. And of course that helps you set up for things like if there's a Ogerpon on the bench, so a Teal Mask Ogerpon. If there is, I don't know, Fezandipiti for instance, Fezandipiti has 210 HP there. So that's where Hawlucha becomes pretty clutch. We do 200 there with Phantom Dive and the 10 damage with Hawlucha as well. So that's the Pokemon line. Pretty standard for a Dragapult build, I would say. This is the trainer line. So because this deck does relies on going behind. So there's 3 counter catcher in there, which is pretty good. So we can bring things up and knock them out that way. So that's pretty nice. 1 Turo's in there. And the rest is pretty standard, to be honest. Buddy-Buddies, Ultra Balls, 3 bosses. There's 3 bosses and 3 counter catcher in there. So just to bring things up, knock them out, get cheap knockouts on things like Fezandipiti, Squawkabillies, whatever's kind of sitting on the bench. So that's, yeah, so you've got the 3 bosses and the 3 counter catcher. 2 Hilda you've got in there. In terms of other drawing support, so 4 Iono, also very good against the Alakazam deck, the Alakazam Spoons deck that relies on having lots of cards in hand. So pretty clutch with that, and also manipulating your opponent's hand. And of course, Lillie's Determination, so really, really strong. Shuffling your hand into your deck and then drawing 6 cards. Of course, 8 if you have 6 prizes, so really, really good. And other cards, Night Stretcher, Nest Ball, and of course Jamming Tower there to block tool cards, both yours and your opponent's, but we don't play any tool cards, so that's also fine. And of course, you've got a Hilda in there as well, so search for evolution Pokemon and also an energy card. So you can actually search out with Hilda if you want special energy, which is pretty good because we do have 1 Neo Upper Energy in there as well. So that's very, very good with Dragapult to get those energy sort to attack quicker with Dragapult. So that is searchable with Hilda, and of course the Luminous Energy as well, so we can utilize that to attach to things like Munkidori, for instance. So that's why that's in there, and of course just to provide typing as well for when wanting to attack with Dragapult. So that's the idea, and of course 2 Psychic and 1 Fire. So that was the list. That's the list that won the regional championships in Lille this weekend. Just gone. Pretty standard. I really like actually this bosses and counter catcher line. I think that's really very versatile, especially for knocking out things, because you don't always need to knock out what's in the active. You can bring things up and knock that out as well, and also play around a little bit with the damage spread, the damage manipulation as well, with things like Munkidori and Dusknoir as well, and of course the added effect of Phantom Dive. So, but that's the theory. Let's go play again with it and see how it plays out in practice. Okay, let's go with heads. So we do want to be going first. Of course, if we do not, then we can rely on things like Budew as well. We don't attack generally on turn 1 minus the Budew, of course. So our opponent has won the coin flip, so we'll go first. That's fine. So that's kind of what we wanted anyway. Nice. Okay, so we've got a Budew there. There we go. Inactive. Can we Ultra Ball something here? So we've got Mulligan. Okay, cool. So they're playing Grimmsnarl. That's fine. I think Grimmsnarl has it's 320, 330, I think. But it's in one-shot range if we're going down the Dusknoir line. Dusknoir and then hitting with Dragapult as well. So good. Let's see. Is it the Frostlass build as well? So, okay. Nice, another Dreepy. Good. Is it the Frostlass build? I presume it is. Munkidori. Okay. Looks to be that way. So, Luminous Energy, that's fine. We can also utilize here. Let's, I guess we did a counter this. Yeah, so there we go. And so we've got there. Should we go with. Alright, let's have a look. Alright. So, Munkidori is prize. That's not too good. I was thinking about going down the route of getting Munkidori, but that's fine. We'll just get a Duskull then. That's okay. And we'll attach return. That's fine. Cool. We can't attack, so that is that. Yeah, Munkidori would be pretty handy right about now, actually. Against this matchup, you want to be trying to move damage counters off your Pokemon, so. Oh, that's it. Okay. It's pretty underwhelming. Okay. Anything? No? Alright, let's just use Lillies. Cool. Okay, good setup, more or less. So, let's see. Jamming Tower, yeah, okay. So we need to Ultra Ball here because we want to get Drakloak. So that's one counter catcher. I guess I don't really want to ditch 2 counter catchers, but let's try and get the. We've got bosses and we've got another counter catcher as well in deck, I believe. Let's have a look. How many? 3 bosses in 1 counter catcher. That's fine. I'll take that. So take that on there. All right, let's start drawing some cards. Bosses, Buddy-Buddy. We'll take. What's at hand? What are we going to do? Lily's next turn. Lily's, yeah, cool. All right, we're going to Lily's next turn, so we'll just take the Buddy here, and we'll try set up some. There we go. Do we need another one? We've got 2. Yeah, why not? I guess so. Cool. Let's stick an energy on here. And we will Jamming Tower as well, Energy Pollen. There we go. I think 20 damage for weakness. Nice. Cool. All right. So I imagine Buddy will put in quite a bit of work here. Next turn we can Dragapult as well. We can get into Dragapult and start applying a bit of pressure that way. Probably should have kept in mind as well. I mean, one. Which actually is not a bad thing, because if I draw a counter catcher, but they can move the damage off with Munkidori. 1 Dark Energy here with Corkscrew Punch and 20 damage, that would be enough to knock out a Budew, but that would also put into, would start putting into play things like counter catcher, which I ditched 2 of them. So we can utilize that. But let's see. Okay, Well, they just passed. Okay, I presume that they've given up. I don't know. We have had a very strong start, actually. So we've got Lilies in hand. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Cool. All right, stick that there. Dragapult. There we go. Great. Okay, let's get a Dusclops there. Great, I think that's fine. We don't need to. Could knock that out, knock out. Yeah, I mean, could. He's going to bring up another one. This could be actually a pretty good play here, actually. I don't know if we just Curse Blast. There we go. I wonder what they bring up here. If they bring up Munkidori, I think we have game. I think we do. Actually, I don't think we have game if they promote. If they promote Munkidori, which I believe they will, then I think we have game because we put Hawlucha and we just Phantom Dive. But it looks like they're very inactive anyway, so which is kind of annoying. We'll play another game after this anyway. But I just want to see if we can get a win on this turn. Hopefully Munkidori comes up. And then we can try and knock that out. Or we put Hawlucha down, put the 10 damage on to the Impidimp. And with Impidimp, then we then go with Phantom Dive. So cool. Alright. Why you go AFK? Why? Alright. And the only reason I'm sticking this out, predominantly because I want the win, but also I want to see if we can get game this turn. So I really hope they promote Munkidori here. If they do not, well, I think it's game anyway, but if they do not, is there another way we can get game? That's the question. Good Ultra Ball. Yeah, I guess Ultra Ball into some, and then get another Drakloak and start drawing them. Okay, alright. At last. Ugh. At last. Well, setup was pretty good, but we're going to play another game anyway because that was way too short. So let's just go play another game. Okay, game 2. Let's see if we can get a better game than the first one. Tails, we're going second again. Actually, we were first last time. They chose that, but we called the coin flip wrong twice. Let's see what they choose. Go first again. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so what goes inactive? I guess put Duskull there. Put Latias here. What is that? Oh, Kangaskhan, okay. Okay. Do that. So, double Dreepy, what's in hand? We've got Lillie's next turn, cool. Yeah, I think that works. And then if that gets knocked out, which I don't think it will, we've got Night Stretcher to get that back, cool. I'm happy with that. Cool, good setup. I like that setup. In fact, what we can do is stick a Dreepy there so we can try and preserve a Duskull there, so at least we can evolve both of them next turn. Keep one Dreepy and one Duskull on the bench there. Is that Mega Absol? I believe it is, yes. Nice. I like the card, very nice. Nice artwork. I'm not into all these max rarities. I know a lot of people like them, I'm not into them. I actually like to play lowest rarity possible. That's always been my thing, more or less. I also think it's like way clearer to see the cards. But yeah, next turn Drakloak into and then Lilies potentially. If this gets knocked out, then okay, cool, nice. Okay, Psyduck. Presume that would be the case. It's a very techable card, to be honest. So we'll have to try and knock that out. So this is what we need. Munkidori. That's 2 energy. Yeah, Chlorodyne for 2 energy. Yeah, cool. That's okay. Nice. Neo Upper. Okay. Dig Drakloak. So I want to play Neo Upper, but I think we hold out on that. So let's just Lillies. Nice. We're gonna Budew there, so we can slow him down a little bit. Let's use yeah. Okay. Stick. We're gonna counter catcher. I suppose something's gonna get knocked out next turn. Counter catcher brings something up. Cool. Yeah. Do we have counter catcher in hand? We do not. We've got bosses in hand. All right. Let's take the Luminous Energy there, just in case for next turn to try and get a jamming down. Like the jammer's going to do too much there. Cool. Let's retreat that. Go into Budew there. Do we Ultra Ball something here? I don't think we do. No. Okay, Jamming Tower. And then that's okay. I believe that's fine. Itchy Pollen. So nice. So the idea next turn, if we can, Ultra Ball, we can stick get a Luminous Energy there onto a Munkidori. And we need that really to be able to try and knock out some, or at least knock out the Psyduck. Bosses, okay. Chlorodyne is 200, that's fine. We still got Budew. We can still use Budew to try and stall down a little bit, just to try and set up. I know that's fine. We've got Fezandipiti there as well. So yeah, we stick Budew active, item lock them, and then we'll have to set up a back row here a little bit as well. That's the idea. But yeah, we can set some blades up still. Okay, right, stick Budew active, that's fine. And we have Fezandipiti as there. So actually, the poison damage actually would come a little bit close, but they do have Munkidori, but no energy though. Cool. I'll stick Fezandipiti there. Flip the script. Cool, nice. We've got a Night Stretcher. That's good. We can get back a Drakloak. Here we go. Stick a. Let's just use. Yeah, good. Iono, Buddy-Buddy. I think Iono. Cool. I think we've done everything for this turn. Let's stick 1 energy there. So next turn we have a counter. Good, Jamming Tower's out, cool. Ultra Ball, yeah, good. What we could do is stall out something, maybe. Let's go through retreat, that's not doing much. We can stall out the Kangaskhan for a little bit. Or they can just put that back in. I just forgot with the Pecharunt actually, but that's fine, we'll just use that. At the very least, what we're doing here is spreading out the damage a little bit as well. So yeah, I mean, at least there they can't just move all the damage off the Absol. Try and knock out the Budew there. Because I think actually with the poison damage and then 10 damage on top of that, that would be 30. They just move the damage over with Munkidori. That would be knockout on Budew. So actually, maybe that wasn't actually a bad play. So at least it forces them to attack. And then let's have a look. We've got bosses in hand, we've got Dragapult in hand, that's good. And then we can try and get a knockout on the Psyduck. And then spread some damage around. Cool. So, yeah. Claw of Darkness, that's fine. So, yeah, I mean, if they had the energy, they would have just moved that around. Okay. We do get a discard a card from hand. If they... We've got Ultra Ball in hand anyway. We can discard something with Ultra Ball. Let's see what they choose here. Bosses, okay. We also have Counter Catcher as well. That's also fine. Which we haven't used any yet, so might be a glitch in my discard pile there. All right, let's stick Drakloak inactive. Nice. Okay, buddy. Cool. That's good. All right, let's deck then a little bit. There we go. We could actually okay, this is actually a very good play here. What we could do, no, we can't do that. How much bench space we've got there? All right, this is actually another potential play as well. I hadn't even thought about. We also do have Hawlucha there. Hawlucha would get us a 10, and we can get the 60 damage there on Psyduck. That would be a potential play. So I think that's a very good play actually. So we just need an energy. Drakloak, yes, we'll take that. Let's evolve. Flip the script. Let's see if we get an energy here. We do not. Oh, we got a Hilda though. Yeah, Hilda would get us an energy. That would get us energy. Yeah, okay, I think that works. So let's do that. Let's grab ourselves. What are we missing? We're just missing one energy there. So let's grab a Psychic Energy. And actually, we can choose an evolution Pokemon, right? So we can go with why not Dusclops there, and we've got the Neo Energy for the next turn. Good. Here we've got cool. That works. Let's take that there. Energy there, right? So now we have to ditch 2 cards. Let's go with Jamming Tower and Tauros, maybe. I don't think Tauros is really going to be doing too much at the moment. Let's grab ourselves a Hawlucha. Okay, let's take some damage. Bench, yes. Flying Entry is another potential play. Let's put 10 there. And where do we want to put the other 10? I guess we'll spread it out a little bit so they can't move it over. And then, of course, we'll use Phantom Dive there. Cool. And stick 60. And there we go here. Oops, let's try that again. There we go. Cool. And that sets up a nice play for the following turn, actually, because then that means that we can take 1 prize for the Psyduck. That means that the Absol then becomes in range. We can knock that out as well. We've got bosses, bring something up. We can knock out a Munkidori, maybe put some damage on the Absol. That becomes a potential play. If they don't get Psyduck back into play as well, we also have the option of using Dusclops. That would get a knockout. But Jamming Tower is putting in work here, actually, because they're stopping that Bravery Charm from working. So, but good. I think we're looking okay. We're not looking as bad as I initially thought. So we'll have to get Drakloak next turn. And then we've got the Neo Upper in deck as well. So we can rely on that to get another Dragapult the following turn. So okay, can they get in range here? I don't believe so. 200 damage. I don't believe they can. 200 plus the 60. 260, that's not a knockout. So I don't know what they need here. So Rescue Stretcher, cool. Okay, so yeah, so the Night Stretcher would get out the Psyduck, which is a bit annoying. So if they don't use it, that would be very silly. Cool. Which is actually okay, that's fine. Are they using Terminal Period to knock out the Dragapult? Yep, of course. Let's put that out for the moment. Prizes left. Can they draw cards? They cannot draw cards. That's fine. Let's see. It's Iono. Let's take a Luminous Energy here. Let's see if we can get through this turn. Flip the script. Actually, Ursaluna would have been a play. Yeah, that could have been a potential play, but that's fine. That would have taken the actually, do you know what? I think we could have even we would have done. Yeah, but that's fine because I was just thinking. But we need to evolve anyway, so that's fine. So let's get Dragapult for next turn. Cool. They're down to 2 cards. We'll try and bait them. Put them down to 1 card. Try and bait them that way. Let's put Hawlucha active because we don't need that for the moment. They're going to be okay. Cool, that's fine. So they're down to 1 card. Maybe the Budew would have been a potential play here. Maybe putting Budew out and item locking them down to 2 cards. That could have been a potential play. But we'll put them down to 1 card next turn. Let's say they knock out the Hawlucha here. Put them down to 1 card and see if we can mount a comeback. Oh, interesting. Okay. We've got the Neo Upper there, we've got Lilies there, we've got Counter Catch. Okay, cool. I think not bad. Okay, with Chlorodons, they're going to get rid of our Lillie though. Although we do have flip the script. We've also got Recon Directive as well. We can also use that to try and draw some cards. You can take the Lilies if you want. We've got 1 energy on the Drakloak, so we're not so reliant on the Neo and Upper as well. Okay, interesting. That is very interesting. Cool. So we'll get a knockout on this, get the damage off. They don't have another Absol powered up, so if this goes down... So 200, we put some damage on the Psyduck. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking Munkidori as well. That would also put some damage. Yeah, move that over. I don't know. Let's see. Cool. All right, let's take that active. Buddy-Buddy. Okay, right. Let's get... Oh, we can't use any more our Duskull line either. So, we've got 18 cards in decks, so draw to 6. Okay, counter. We're going to counter something. Just thinking damage here. So what are they short? They're short of 110. Can we get 110? No. All right, let's Lilies. Nice. Okay. Stick that on. There we go. Let's get Munkidori down. We need that probably for next turn. Flip the script. See what we get from that. Cool. Let's grab a Psychic because why not? Stick that on Dragapult. All right. We do ideally just get rid of. Do we want to get rid of us and just get rid of Dragapult? I think here. I want to try and evolve that. We do not have another Dusclops in deck. I just thought to evolve if we can, because trying to avoid that getting knocked out, the Duskull there. But that's not possible. Okay, let's... yeah. Alright. She's Phantom Dive. And 60, where are we putting the 60? I guess we'll spread out a little bit. So... 4, 5, Cool. So we've got 20, 10, 60. Okay, that's fine. That goes down. I don't know if they can they attack next? So they've got Kangaskhan, but there's 3 there because it's a Mega Pokemon. Okay, so this will be very interesting actually. If we get through this turn, we've got bosses in hand. We can bring up something and knock it out. Let's see, because we can boss that up actually. We can boss up the Pecharunt there and we can knock that out. Because yeah, that Pecharunt on the bench has what, like, yeah, so 220, that's fine. We can also get an energy onto Munkidori there, move some damage onto there, bring that up, knock it out. So yeah, we still got a game. Well, in hindsight, yeah, I don't know, maybe we could have, I presume that would just be a one-shot, but actually it's gone up a little bit because of the stadium card. So, yeah, I mean, we could have put some damage on there, but whatever. And also with Munkidori and Luminous Energy there, we've also still got it. So, yeah, here, is this coming down to coin flips? Is that what it's coming down to? 200, what do you need, like? So if I'm -6, 250, so, okay, all right. Cool, 270. So what do you need? 2 heads, right? Nice, okay. So I think we have game then. Bringing it down to coin flips. All right, so we can use counter. Nice, good. Cool, bring up that. Bring this up. Stick a Luminous Energy there on Munkidori. Let's use that. Move some damage counters over 1, 2, and 3. And then we can just use Phantom Dive. Didn't even use a Duskull then because of Psyduck. But still, didn't need to. Very strong. We'll just knock out this because why not? It's got 140. You know what? I don't care anymore. There we go. Good game. So very much on the back foot for the whole of it. Didn't use a single Dusknoir, but we still managed to somehow pick up the win. So very, very strong deck. Very, very strong deck, so very good. But nice. So yeah, that was the first place deck. I'll leave it in the description box below. That was for the Regional Championships in Lille, the weekend just gone. But yeah, nothing new. Minus, of course, there's a lot of Psyduck in the format now just to try and get around those Dusknoirs even. But even without Dusknoirs, I didn't use a single one during the whole game, I don't believe, anyway. Yeah, still really, really strong. Just with the Hawluchas there to put the 10 damage on and then the 60 with Phantom Dive. That gets knockouts. Munkidori as well is still pretty clutch. So a lot of versatility in the deck, so I really, really like this deck. But you let me know what you think. I'll leave the list in the description box below as always. And of course, if you do like this type of content and you want to see some more content related to the Pokemon Trading Card game, as always, be sure to hit that subscribe button and of course like this video. That would be great. But otherwise, guys, there you pretty much have it. That was the first place deck from the Lille Regional Championships. That is the weekend just gone. And of course, thank you very much for watching and see you all in the next one.